Voting could become more accessible for New Yorkers. This depends on whether or not the governor signs legislation into law to implement more absentee ballot voting drop-off locations. Tonight, WENY's New York Capitol correspondent Elise Klein tells us on how this legislation could exactly improve voting access. Elise?
Hey, Kurt, good evening. The mail-in absentee ballot process has been a popular topic among state lawmakers for a few years now. State lawmakers emphasizing it can improve voter access and participation. And with the next big election coming up, state lawmakers are hoping this election bill will be signed into law. At a time when absentee ballots and voting by mail has become increasingly popular, lawmakers are hoping to see more absentee ballot drop-off locations. During a primary in 2020, more than 84,000 mail-in ballots were disqualified in New York City, according to data from the Board of Elections. Many of the ballots were invalidated for issues related to the mail-in process, including a lack of appropriate postmark or late arrival. Some lawmakers say this bill, if signed into law, will help make the mail-in process easier for voters.
Why not make this easier for people who have an opinion, who are legally able to vote, to be able to cast their ballot and be able to choose leadership for their own community?
The legislation could also help address the barrier of transportation for voters who don't live close to their polling location or their local absentee ballot drop-off location. Senator Cooney says the legislation could also potentially get more voters involved in the election process.
And by having these drop boxes in community-based locations, it allows more people not only to cast their own ballot, but to have knowledge that there's an election happening and they probably should get involved in some way.
Back to Kurt, or are you going right into the other package? If signed into law, the legislation would take effect immediately. Kurt, back to you.